story today is about a guy named Saul. He was a guy who was wanting to be a really good follower of God, and he thought he had it all figured out. But he was missing a few things. For example, he thought the Christians were doing a bad thing. The Christians was kind of a new group, and there weren't very many of them. And he was going to make sure there were even less if he could, because he would take them and chuck them in jail. That's what he liked to do. Anyway, so this Paul guy, Saul, he was riding along on his donkey. They use a lot of donkeys in these stories. Anyway, he was riding along on his donkey, and he was on his way to a town called Damascus. And I don't know where that is. That's somewhere over there. Anyway, so Damascus was where he was going, and he heard that there were a bunch of Christians in Damascus. He was going to go get them. I'm going to go get them, is what he was thinking. Anyway, and that's what he was doing too. Anyway, so he was riding along here, and all of a sudden, a bright light came out of heaven. And he couldn't see, and he fell off his donkey. I don't know how come light makes you fall off a donkey, but he fell off his donkey. And there he was on the ground, blind, thinking, this is not usual. This is really strange. Anyway, so he couldn't see, and then Jesus talked to him from heaven. He said, Saul, why are you chasing Christians around? It's like you're chasing me around. I want you to stop that. And Saul was thinking, because he didn't know what else to think at the time. I mean, he was blind and laying on the ground and got knocked off his donkey. What would you do if you got knocked off your donkey and you were blinded and Jesus talked to you from heaven and said, quit beating on my people? What would you do? Huh? You'd probably lay there saying, because what? So he was laying there, and Jesus said, I want you to go into that town down there, Damascus, where you're headed, but I want you to just go there and wait, and I'm going to send someone to talk to you. So, anyway, a guy helped Paul get there, one of Saul's friends, helped Saul get there, and they went walking along, and they got to Damascus, and he was sitting in a room, and I don't know if there were lights in the room or not. There might have been a window there, but Saul couldn't tell because he was blind. You can't tell stuff like that if you're blind. Anyway, so Saul was sitting there, and he sat real fast. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit. A guy named Ananias came to see him. Now, he was a Christian, and he lived in Damascus, and he knew that Saul was coming to beat him up, to throw him in jail. But Jesus told him, Ananias, I want you to go talk to Saul. I want you to pray for him. And Ananias said, okay, Lord, I'm going to do what you want me to, but I hope I don't get thrown in jail. Anyway, so Ananias went and talked to him, talked to Saul, told him, Jesus told me to come and talk to you, so here you go. And he prayed for Saul. He put his hands on his head, which is kind of cool, because that's what seems to make a difference a lot of times. Anyway, so he put his hands on his head, prayed for him, and then all of a sudden, Saul could see. And all of a sudden, the Spirit of God came in him, and he was a different guy, and it was really an unusual thing to happen. If you're going to beat up Christians and a Christian comes and prays for you, and all of a sudden you become a Christian, that's weird, and that's what happened. So, anyway, so the story, what else happened? Oh, right away Saul went out and started telling people about Jesus. Here I am again with my colleague, Blessy, who we're scientists, because
Yes.
we have white coats.
Yes.
That's why. Today we're going to make a toy cell phone. These are telephones that we used to make when we were kids. I used to make in school. And it's not really a cell phone. It's a toy. But what I did was I took two cups and I poked holes in the bottom of them. And I have a string. And to this string I attached a piece of straw. I had a piece of straw handy, so I used that. Oops.
So I have to put that through. Do you want to do this one?
And did you use these when you were, did you make these one in school?
Yeah, in school. We used to do that.
It's pretty fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah, and so there are some people who didn't do it, so we're showing them how. So you're going to learn how to have your own cell phone system or your own telephone system in your own neighborhood.
Yes.
And it'll be great. After you make it, you have to stretch the string tight so sound travels from here to here or here to here.
Yeah. I can talk like this. Can you hear me? Yeah. Am I saying anything useful? Yeah. I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm fine, you're good. Okay, well, we have to hang up now because we have to end this video. Yeah, okay. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you, and have fun with your telephone.
Hoodly doodly 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 doo doo. Hoodly doodly doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo.